So you're wondering what the best vision plan out there is? Well, from an optometrist perspective, whether you're a individual head of household, a business owner, or maybe even a HR employee at a large corporation looking to sign up your company, I'm going to give you the scoop on all 4 major vision plans. Stick around. Alright guys, so today we're going to talk about the 4 major vision insurance plans in the US. But before we do, just quick, if you like what I have to say, please smash that like button. If you really like what I have to say and want to see more of what I have to say, please hit the subscribe button. Love to see my channel grow. It's people like you that can do that for me. So thank you. Let's get at it. Alright, so today we're talking about the 4 major vision plans in the United States. They are Spectera, with about 12 to 15 million members. Davis Vision, which has 22 million members. EyeMed, which has 50 million members. And Vision Service Plan, which I'll call VSP, which has 80 million members. So, you're wondering which one's the best. From an optometrist standpoint, from my perspective, I have had the pleasure of being a member of every one of these plans in different times in my career. Right now I'm only a provider for VSP and EyeMed, but there was a day that I was a Spectera provider as well as a Davis Vision provider. So let's go through each one and talk about which one is the best. So I thought the best way to break this down would be in 4 categories. The cost to you, whether you're a business providing it or an individual signing up for the plan. The quality of what you're going to get from the insurance plan. The value, of course. And then their customer service, because even from our end, there's a big difference between the plans as far as the customer service they provide us, which interestingly enough is exactly the same thing you're going to get when you call and speak to the people on the other end. All right, let's get at it with each one. So let's start with the out-of-pocket cost to members. So this is what you would be paying after the insurance company covers their eyeglasses, lenses, contact lens fitting. And by the way, all 4 of these plans will cover, for the most part, an eye exam, frames, lenses, contact lenses, and the contact lens fitting. Some will charge you more out of pocket, some will charge you less. So this is the out-of-pocket cost. When it comes to Davis Vision, your out-of-pocket cost isn't a lot, which is great. I would give them 4 stars for what they're going to have you pay out of pocket. Spectera, I would say, is going to be about the same, 4 stars, that the out-of-pocket cost isn't going to be dramatic. EyeMed, I would give them 3 stars for what you're going to pay out of pocket. It's a little bit more in general. These are all in general because, especially like EyeMed and VSP, they have a number of different plans for every level that you may be at, whether it's a big company or not, and how much the company wants to pay versus how much they want their employees to pay. I would give EyeMed 3 stars for their out-of-pocket cost to their members, and I would also give VSP 3 stars for their out-of-pocket cost to their members. So next we're going to move on to the quality of the products that you're going to get from each plan. Davis Vision. Davis Vision typically will send their providers a tower of frames that you have to choose from, which means that if you want an Oakley frame or a Tiffany frame, you can't get it, or you're going to pay a lot of money for that. But if you stay in what they have with their frames, it's usually covered. Their lenses are usually covered, but the quality of what they cover, I'm going to give them 1 star. When I was a provider for them, it was awful in that the stuff came back broken all the time. And you had to deal with the repairs and the redos and the remakes with Davis Vision. Their lab wasn't the best. I don't think their quality is very good. I know their quality back when I used to take it was awful. Let's move on to Spectera. By the way, Davis Vision will also, win contact lenses, they have a small formulary of what they'll cover. It tends to be all the older types of contacts versus the newer, better, higher technology lenses, which they don't cover, so then you're paying out of pocket for those. Let's move to Spectera, which is very similar to Davis Vision in that they usually cover their frames, their own frames. If you want to go to a Burberry or a Nike frame or any other type of frame, you're going to pay out of pocket exorbitantly for those amounts, more like retail. They'll cover the lenses. They have a formulary for their contacts. You can only order the contacts that they say are covered, which as a provider tends to make us have to pigeonhole us into fitting those lenses, which isn't what I want to do. I want to give my patients the best, most comfortable lenses that are out there. So I would really get aggravated with Spectera when it came to their quality, and with that, I'm giving them a 1 star for quality as well. On to EyeMed. EyeMed is much better with their quality because they don't pigeonhole you into buying their frames, which is impressive because EyeMed is owned by Luxottica. Luxottica is the largest frame manufacturer in the world. They make Oakley's, Ray-Bans, Tiffany, Brooks Brothers. Almost 60 to 65% of the frames on the market are Luxottica's. But in the EyeMed plan, they allow you to buy any frame that you want, and they cover the frame allowance towards any frame. So that's fantastic. And then they also give you access to the best quality of lenses that are out there. Oddly enough, maybe not oddly enough, the big conglomerate of Luxottica owns Essilor, which is the largest the largest lens manufacturer in the world. And they also have very good high-end lenses that you have access to as a member. And that's going to really give you the ability to see as well as you possibly can. And in the end, isn't that what we all want? We just want to be able to see well and not think about it. And EyeMed allows you to have all of those products at your fingertips. So when it comes to the quality of what you can get with the EyeMed plan, I'm giving them 4 stars. Now to VSP. And VSP was once started by optometrists, and they've done a really good job of allowing access to everything. They do give you money off if you buy something in their line of frames. For instance, VSP owns Marchand. So if you buy a Marchand frame, you're going to be able to use more frame allowance towards a Marchand frame than towards something else. And they also give you a lot more options with the lenses so that you have at your fingertips. If you want to have a transition lens, transitions are made by Corning, and they tend to have the best photochromic lenses on the market. They just do. They always have. But there are other companies out there that make lesser quality photochromic lenses. So Davis and Spectera, they're going to pigeonhole you into the other ones. You can't even get access to the transition lenses with Corning. EyeMed, VSP, no problem. VSP many times will cover a lot towards your contact lens evaluation beyond what's out of pocket versus all the other 3 that just have a set amount that they'll pay for it, and then you have to pay the overage. Then VSP also will allow you to order any contacts you want. If you have $120, $150, $200 contact lens allowance, you can buy any contact lens that you want. So your doctor's not stuck trying to fit you with lenses that you may not like as well because, well, your insurance only covers those. So when it comes to the quality, I am giving VSP 5 stars because I think that almost across the board, you're not limited in any way, shape, or form. So when we talk about value, value is a simple formula. Value is usually the quality divided by the cost. And when you do that, looking at Davis and Spectera, their value is not very high. EyeMed and VSP, much higher. I would still set VSP a little bit higher than EyeMed, but I think they're both really good plans. And you can certainly have a really good EyeMed plan and not such a great VSP plan, where the EyeMed plan is better than the VSP plan. But all of that is really, really tough to gauge. So I'm putting everything in general terms. So this takes us to our last category of customer service. And both Davis and Spectera have been nightmares to deal with. I will give Davis credit on one thing, which is if you go out of network and leave the Davis network, they give you a form to fill out and they will reimburse you something back towards it. Spectera, I don't believe, does that. But when you try to get on the phone with these people, whether it's Davis or Spectera, you are typically speaking to someone in a country other than the United States where English is not their first language, and it is really, really tough to get good answers to the questions you may have. Whether it's as a member or as one of my staff members, it's tough. And it comes to the point where we just didn't feel that we were giving the service level that we wanted to our patients when we were taking these plans. So for both of them, I don't even think I can give them a star. I think they're horrible when it comes to customer service. If you're thinking about joining them, go ahead and call them. Ask them some detailed questions about you, your family, and I think you'll find as well that it's really tough to deal with. EyeMed is better, and on a scale of 5 stars, EyeMed I would give 3 stars to, because they can still put you on hold for a long time. You're usually speaking to someone at the company in the country, but they don't always get back to you like they should. They don't know their product as well as they should. They just don't. And then that takes me to VSP. VSP, you're actually calling VSP. You're talking to someone in their headquarters at Sacramento. And I've done this for years. I've done this for 27 years with VSP. And I'm always amazed at how well they know their products. They will call us with a patient who has an issue, and we can resolve it like that because we're all on the same page. And I would give VSP for their customer service, I'd probably give them 10 stars, because on a scale of 5, because they have just been fantastic. And I think that shows that all the way through, they are a really good vision plan. So as far as the best vision plan out there, hands down, VSP. I like EyeMed. I don't care for the other two at all. There are a lot of practices that take them. It's just not what I want to deliver to my patients. So I hope that was helpful. That was a lot of information. Feel free to watch it again if you need to. Hit that like button if you like it. Hit the subscribe button to, see more of me. And thanks for watching. I hope this helped.